Hi everyone, welcome to Emerging Realms. My name is Kasia Days Newton, and I'm going to share with you a story of overcoming, a story of breaking through barriers. I'm going to share with you my story. When I was in elementary school, that's when I realized my passion for art. It was something about being in Miss Hall's class that was different compared to the other connections. PE was okay, technology was whack, but her class felt like home. She would ask us to just draw a frog, and I would draw a frog, but then I'm going to add a fly, and then I'm going to add a bridge, and maybe even a girl walking across the bridge. There was no limit when it came to my creativity in her classroom. She would push me, she would enter my work into contests, and surprisingly, I would win. And from a young age, that's when I realized I'm a little bit different from the other students that are in this classroom with me. Middle school is when I realized FX makeup is super dope. I would watch on YouTube tutorials. I would practice on my brother and anybody else in the household that would let me. My mom would take me to conventions, but it was something and I just couldn't put my finger on it. What was it that I liked about it? It was the transformation of taking a blank face and making it into a pirate with an eye missing and guts coming out. Special effects, again, had no limit. It was just like art and I didn't even realize. And so I went to high school, I kept going, and then I was like, you know what? I love art. I want to keep pursuing it. I auditioned for the Performing Arts Academy at Heritage High School. I surprisingly again got in, but I was pushed because I had to create or draw a still life. I was never asked to do that in elementary school nor middle school. I just drew what I wanted and what I saw up here. But to have to draw something that's in front of you, it kind of puts you to a test. Got in, and then I said to myself, you know what? I could take this art thing and make a career out of it. And I'm gonna have a penthouse and I'm gonna be lit. I'm gonna live in the city. I'm gonna make a living off my creativity. Boy, my parents were not going for it. They sat me down and was like, Kaja, this is not a career. You are not gonna be appreciated until you're dead. That's just how it is when you're an artist. So then I said, all right, so what am I gonna do now? I was devastated. They don't even realize how bad it hurt my feelings. But then I realized, a little bit later, okay, they're a little bit right. And I'm emphasizing a little bit because I don't want to give them their full credit. But they're probably the reason why I am an interior designer today. I kept looking at schools. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that school is something that I wanted to pursue. I got a soccer scholarship to Georgia Military College. I went there for 2 years and got my associate's degree. I still had interior design in the back of my hand, but then that's when I was like, you know what, it's go time. Let's just do it. Let's give it a try. Why not? I can still be creative. I can still make a living off of this. It's something that I could see myself being passionate about. With my mom having a broker background and my dad having a contractor background, I kind of put the two together and realized this is my niche. This is where I'm supposed to be. I went to Brown University on scholarship, again, by the grace of God, and I was there for about 2 years. Then the pandemic hits. I thought that this was the end of the world. While this is going on, people are dying from COVID, along with Black kids my age being shot and killed by the police. I was devastated. I just felt like something was missing. I wasn't able to be as creative as I was before the pandemic hit. I told my parents, maybe it's time for me to come home. I cried. I was so nervous to talk to them. With them being Caribbean parents and me being close to the end, I didn't think that they were going to go for it. But they supported me. They packed me up. We went home. I had to come home with a plan. And a week turned into a month. A month turned into a year and a half. I realized there's something. I got to do something. I started doing hair in their basement. They allowed me to. But still telling me, you got to go back to school. And I'm like, I'm going to go back when it's all done. The pandemic was still going on and I just still had to pursue my career. I still had to make sure that my future was set in stone, that I was going to be okay. So I went back to Brown University, again, frantic because I didn't think that I was going to get a scholarship. I didn't know how I was going to afford school. And by the grace of God, my coach gave me another scholarship, but this time it was even bigger. So I was back on the team. Everything was back to normal. And then I still had one more year. So I begged coach, can I at least coach? Because I didn't have any more years of eligibility. He let me. I went from there. Now I am a junior designer at Atelier Jordan. I thought that I was going to intern somewhere else, and that didn't work out. She gave me the opportunity to intern with her, and from there, we just went full speed, and she gave me a position. I'm forever grateful. My drive is my parents for sure. I watched them go through everything together. I mean, with my dad being from Trinidad and him coming here and changing all of our lives, and my mother being from Brooklyn, and now we're living in Conyers with property, with land, and being a soccer player, a Black girl on the soccer team. I went through a lot of things and faced a lot of challenges, but they were the reason why I pushed through everything. I would bring home an A, and my mom was like, "But this isn't 100." So just pushing through and showing my parents that I can do it. Once you impress them, there's nothing that you can't do. There's no one that you can't impress. There's no limit. And I felt like with art, I was able to be limitless. I was able to create. And now that you've seen this transformation from elementary all the way up into now an interior designer, I never thought that this would have happened. But I hope that my story will push you to continue doing what you're passionate about, because that's what I did. I just had to find, where can I make a career out of it? I knew I couldn't be an artist, but now I can. While still doing interior design, I could still be a tattoo artist. So again, just push, 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 push. You never know where God will land you.